Yes. Yeah. So that's why we have to have this, I need documentation that you came out, that you saw what was going on here with what they're doing, and that's what we need. I
Okay,
need
so all I
a
can give
report.
you, I can't do a report, there's no crime committed. For me to pull a case, there has to be a crime. Alright, this is a civil dispute between you guys and the Fish and Wildlife. Alright, for the water, there's an open court case. There was no crime committed today, they were out here working, okay? They have the right, I mean, he said he was gonna start delivering water?
Mhm.
Okay. So about all I can do, I'm gonna document it through
Yes.
my dispatch, alright? I'll give you a call number, and with that call number is gonna be a record where you can go back, you can give it to the court or whatever.
That's what I want.
Alright, it won't be a case, it'll just be a
Okay.
call, and it's gonna
Correct.
document that I came out, that, I talked to you about, what you had go on today, stuff like that. I'll have them add in the notes that, you wanted it documented, there's an open court case, alright, and you feel like your water's being impeded, that's
Perfect.
what I can do.
Mhm.
As far as anything else with getting a hold of Fish and Wildlife and stuff like that, unfortunately,
No,
my hand, like, it's with a civil case like that already ongoing, I'd be stepping on the judge's toes and stuff like that, so I just advise to keep going with the court process.
Well, what's happened is they had an order that they're refusing to follow by the Department of Water Engineer's office. Jason King, his office, sent out a directive for them to send X number of gallons per water per minute every day. And by not doing so, it's actually theft. Okay, they're stealing water from them. So theft is a crime.
Well, theft is a crime, but there's an open civil case,
This is-
alright, so that you take that and put that in front of the judge will make the ruling on that.
Pardon me?
You take that, what you guys have, and put it in front of the judge would make the ruling right there, on the,
Would that be like saying you had a case against a guy and he went into your store and stole your merchandise out of your store, and you say, hey, that's not a theft
Well, when
because
it's
there's an open
civil,
case.
it's a civil suit like this, we don't touch that, it's all up to
This
the
is a
judge to
theft.
handle.
Yeah, this is a theft. Yeah.
So, because it's between you and the Department of Wildlife. So, when and Department of Wildlife is an agency, so therefore, it's all civil. We can't touch it because it's,
So if they break the law, it's not a crime, it's just civil. Is that what you're saying?
no, it's gotta go through civil court and the judge will make the ruling
Because it
on it.
sounds to me like they're committing a crime, they're stealing the water from Fuentes, and you're saying because
Well,
they're
if
a
you guys
federal
have a
agency.
court order saying that they're supposed to be dropping off the water,
It's not a court order, it's an order from the Department of Water Resources from the state of Nevada. That's not a
Okay.
court order, it's an
Okay.
order from the Department of Water Resources. It's outside
have
of
you
it, it's
taken that
outside
to
of
the
us.
judge?
It's not out of a judge. It's the Department of Water Resources. His name is Jason King.
Okay, but you guys said you guys had you guys are taking
No,
this to court.
there's other
Yeah.
things that are
Yeah.
there's other things that are going to court besides this. This is them stealing the water that was awarded to the Fuentes through a judgment, not a judgment, but through an order from the executive branch, not the judicial branch, the executive branch of the state of Nevada, Department of Water Resources, from the very highest person, Jason King. By them failing to deliver on that water, they are stealing the water for the Fuentes family, and it is more than just a civil case, it's now a criminal act. And that's what we're asking you here, is to open up a criminal case, because this is a criminal act that's happening. Just to duck behind it and saying it's in court and it's civil, I can't touch it, that's abdicating your responsibility, and that's why we have the sheriff out here in Nye County to have law enforcement that will go ahead and stand up for the citizens and residents of Nye County.
Well, so you guys got that judgment from the
It's not a
highest
judgment.
court, right? You got it
It's
from
not-
the
it's not
highest
a
court.
It's not a court.
No.
No,
not a
alright,
judgment.
so then why don't you go to them who wrote the judgment and say they're
Because
breaking
guess
it?
what, they're the executive branch, you're the one that's supposed to enforce the property rights that were
Alright,
awarded to the
this is gonna have to
Fuentes.
be taken from the judge.
Okay, so you're refusing to help out the Fuentes.
I'm not
family.
refusing. I'll get my supervisor.
Well, you're
on-
refusing to even open up a case on it.
I'll get my supervisor on the phone and he's gonna tell you the same thing.
Well, I'm just saying you're on camera now doing this.
You're on camera as well,
Yeah,
sir.
okay,
Alright.
fine.
So, if you guys wanna sit tight real quick, alright?
Okay.
I'll get that call number for you and stuff like that. I'll even run it by my supervisor.
yes, please do.
Just so you guys, okay? I mean,
Because see,
It's not a court, it's the
Right.
Department of Water Resources.
yes, Department of Water Resources is the one.
which
It's
is
the
the agency.
executive branch of the Nevada state.
Yeah, I know what you're saying,
Yeah,
but,
it's not the judicial branch.
so I'll be right back, alright?
Here's ruling 6438, okay? This is signed by the state engineer of the state of Nevada. This is the original ruling. Right here, it was signed off and stamped, ink, original copy, Jason King, State Engineer's Office. This is the executive administrator of the Nevada Department of Water Resources, dated the 14th day of June 2016. This is followed up, November 4, 2016, warning notice, introduction, continued violations. Action required, okay? United States Fish and Wildlife Service is hereby ordered to cease the full and complete diversion of surface water to and through Nye County APM, blah, 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 to ensure the permitted 0.003 cubic feet per second of water with a period of use from January 1 to December 31 of each year.
Can I read that one?
Yes. And this, so what's happening is there's, right here, these are all the dates on which the thefts have occurred. There's ongoing pattern of thefts on each and every one. So far, we have
Do you mind,
evidence of-
I don't mean to interrupt
we
you.
have 52 documented thefts occurring.
Do you mind filling out a statement while I
Yes,
read this?
but I'm also telling you this though, that in Nevada, water is real property.
Right.
Just back in the day, if you had horses and cows, and you were a cattle rustler, you got shot or hung. Water is even more valuable in the West than cows and horses. There's an ongoing pattern of continued theft going on right now, real property, each and every day. This theft is occurring. So what happens is, you see it could be a civil matter, but what happens is, I was a 3-term Nevada State Assemblyman, okay, so I know a little bit about the law. Okay, 2007, 2009, 2011, I represented a third of the state of Nevada. District 36 encapsulated 36,000 square miles. I served under 2 different governors. I served 3 times on the Judiciary Committee, when we actually made the laws, crafted the NAC and NRS that you folks are tasked with enforcing, okay, so I know a little bit about it. So what happens is that when those folks break the law on a pattern of ongoing criminal activity and they're continuing to steal their water, they are not protected by their job or their agency.
And, you know-
Because of this, they are ongoing criminal activity. They are operating outside the statute scope of authority of their position. They now expose themselves, okay, to criminal violations. You folks need to arrest every one of these folks at Ash Meadows, put them in Nye County's finest Crowbar Hotel, let the judge make a decision on their bond. But they are all, okay, committing a crime. Because they're doing it together and colluding to deprive him of his real property, they should also be charged with a RICO violation, Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organization Act. Okay, that's what's happening right here. That's why I came down here and said, guess what, there's an ongoing theft. Here's the ruling, here's this, here's the dates of the theft. They need to be arrested,
Okay.
every one of them, and they need to go to jail. And they can post bond and let a judge figure it out.
So you're the owner of the property?
Yes.
Can we get a statement from you? Do you mind filling one out?
Imagine if he had horses and every day they were stealing horses. Water is real property, just like horses and cows are. Right now as we speak, they're stealing his property. Right now, they're stealing his property because they're not giving him the water that was due by the ruling 6348. And it was even alleged violations that they talked about corrective action that's being done. They said now Nye County Sheriff's Department has to enforce the law, the rule of the land, protect his property, and they need to throw each and every one of those folks in prison. Not prison, but jail, and they can post. And then guess what? The judge then can make their determination of what the bond should be.
And you're saying it's a